Hello students, we welcome you all on behalf of coachingwale.com. ठीक है, so today we'll start for the zoology subject. What do you mean by, सबसे पहले हम देखें zoology, जीव विज्ञान की हम बात कर रहे हैं. So सबसे पहले हम देखें अगर तो R.H. Whitaker divides the whole ऑर्गेनिजम्स, जितने भी ऑर्गेनिजम्स हैं उनको उन्होंने 5 किंगडम में डिवाइड किया. एक्चुअली हम सबसे पहले जो चैप्टर पढ़ने जा रहे हैं दैट इज डाइवर्सिटी इन लिविंग ऑर्गेनिजम्स. ठीक है, सो डाइवर्सिटी इन और लिविंग ऑर्गेनिजम्स की अगर हम बात कर रहे हैं तो व्हाट सबसे पहले देखें डाइवर्सिटी. तो डाइवर्सिटी वर्ड अपने आप में कंटिन्यूटी रखता है किसकी, कि बहुत सारे तरह के डिफरेंट टाइप ऑफ ऑर्गेनिजम्स. ठीक है, देन सबसे पहले स्टार्ट करें अगर हम तो R.H. Whitaker divides the organisms into 5 kingdoms. कौन कौन सी kingdoms जो उन्होंने रखी, that is firstly Monera, Protista, Fungi, Plantae and Animalia. We mainly talk about Animalia in zoology. ठीक है, एनिमेलिया के अंदर अगर हम बात करते हैं तो मेनली हम किसकी करेंगे, दैट इज ऑफ एनिमेलिया किंगडम. व्हाट डू यू मीन बाय एनिमेलिया? एनिमेलिया इज मेनली कॉन्स्टिट्यूट्स द लिविंग ऑर्गेनिज्म हैविंग द, जिसके अंदर हम बात करेंगे लिविंग ऑर्गेनिजम्स आएंगे, जितने भी आपके एनिमल्स हैं उनकी हम बात करते हैं. अब एनिमल्स के लिए हम क्या कैटेगरी लेते हैं, दोज ऑर्गेनिजम्स विच शो द ग्रोथ. ठीक है, विच शो द ग्रोथ, विच शो द मूवमेंट, विच शो द लोकोमोशन. ठीक, बट अब एनिमेलिया में भी अगर हम बात करेंगे तो वी रिक्वायर सम क्लासिफिकेशन, वी रिक्वायर सम बेसिस ऑफ क्लासिफिकेशन कि किस बेसिस पे हम उनको सबको डिवाइड करें. सो वी विल कंटिन्यू विद द बेसिस ऑफ क्लासिफिकेशन इन दिस चैप्टर. So firstly we talk about basis of classification. In basis of classification we continue first point, that is level of organization. We talk about level of organization. What do you mean by level of organization? That is, level of organization is how the animal constitutes its body. Like firstly cell, cell which makes tissues, tissues will organize to form organ, and organ will organize to form a system, that is organ system, and different type of organ system constitutes the body of a living organisms. So cellular level, if the organism have only cells in their body, then it is constitute the cellular level of organization. Then these cells form higher organization, higher level of organization, like form the tissues, then it constitutes the tissue level of organization. Then these tissues form the organs, then organ level of organization, and this organs, different type of organs make the system, then organ system, and different type of organ systems constitutes the body of a living organisms. Then second, if we talk about then body plan. What do you mean by body plan? Again, how the organism body constitutes, कैसी बनी हुई है, किस तरह से बनी हुई है. Then the body plan. Body plan are of 3 types. What are the 3 types of body plan? Firstly, that is cell aggregate, blind sac, and the third one is tube within. tube body plan. So first, if we talk about cell aggregates, what do you mean by cell aggregates? The whole body is constitute of only cells. There is no level other organization, only cells are present in the body. Then there is organization of different type of cells which perform the different type of function in the body. Then the body plan is said to be as cell aggregate body plan. Blind sac, as the name indicate, blind sac which contains only a single pore for inlet and for outlet. ठीक है, for inlet and for outlet there is only a single pore is present. Then tube within tube body plan, like the alimentary canal, a long tube is present in the body which is covered by the body wall. So it's like a tube constitutes or covering the tube in the body. ठीक है. Then cell aggregate, if we talk about cell aggregate, poriferans. Poriferans, they have the only cellular level of organization, and blind sac like coelentrates, ctenophora, they have the blind sac level of organization. Then Aschelhelminthes of the phylum, they have the tube within tube body plan. Next, if we talk about it again, next is we talk about that third is body symmetry. Body symmetry as in how many parts a body of an organism can be divisible, can be divided. Body symmetry as in firstly asymmetrical, then radial symmetry, and third one is bilateral symmetry. Asymmetrical, as the name indicates, there is no symmetry. The body of an organism cannot be divided into two equal halves from any plane. किसी भी प्लेन से बॉडी को दो इक्वल पार्ट्स में डिवाइड नहीं किया जा सकता. ठीक है. Then asymmetrical like in porifera. Radial symmetry. Radial symmetry, a line passing through the center can divide the body of an organism into two equal halves. Only a line which is passing through a center of the body can divide the organism into two equal halves. Then it is called as radial symmetry. But radial symmetry is present in mainly sessile organisms. Sessile organisms are those organisms which cannot move from one place to another. So this symmetry will help them for feeding purpose, for feeding from all the directions. They can collect the food from all the direction, like in hydra. If we see the hydra, they have tentacles and they have radial symmetry of the organisms. They have radial symmetry. So they can collect the food from all the directions. So radial symmetry helps the sessile organism to collect the food from all the directions. Then third one is bilateral symmetry. What do you mean by bilateral symmetry? Bilateral symmetry basically helps in cephalization of an organism. In cephalization, like it decides the anterior and posterior part of an organism. Anterior and posterior part of an organism, like cephalization we talk about, only at the body of axis, the single axis, by a single axis the organism can be divided into two equal halves. Only single axis से ही organism को टू और इक्वल पार्ट्स में डिवाइड किया जा सकता है, दैट इज हायर ऑर्गेनिज्म मेनली possess द bilateral symmetry. Then if we next after body symmetry, there are many systems which are present in the body like digestive system. These all are we talking about as all the basis of classification in which the organism is divided. We need some basis to divide the organisms. So, these are the basis we talking about. Next is digestive system. Digestive system can be of two types like incomplete and complete. Incomplete as in the example the organism which possess the blind sac of the body plan, and complete means the complete anus and mouth is present, like in humans they have the two openings of the alimentary canal, that is they have the separate opening for mouth and they have the separate opening for the anus. So, this constitutes the whole complete digestive system. And incomplete digestive system, the organism having the only single plane like Coelenterata and Platyhelminthes. And complete digestive system, if we talk about the complete digestive system, that is from Askell Helminthes to higher organism, that is up to chordates, they have complete digestive system. Then digestive system, then circulatory system, circulatory system can be of two types. Circulatory system can be of two types like open system, open circulatory system, and closed circulatory system. Open circulatory system where capillaries are absent, and closed circulatory system where capillaries are present. Open circulatory system is having the higher efficiency and low efficiency, and closed circulatory system have high efficiency, in which blood and tissue come in contact, while there is only simple diffusion. They do not come in contact with cells or tissues. Then if we say the example of closed open circulatory system, mainly non-chordates have open circulatory system. In this they are having the some exceptions like in Annelida. In phylum Annelida, the examples are they have the animals have the closed circulatory system except leech, which have the open circulatory system. Other animals have the closed circulatory system, and in closed circulatory system if we talk about all mainly chordates, and there is exception, that is urochordates. Urochordates have open circulatory system. Then next system if we talk about then is excretory system. For excretion, there is in development we talk about three types of kidney process. There is a renal tubule during the embryonal condition. This renal tubule initial part forms pronephric then middle mesonephric, and the last one is metanephric. The complete tubule, pronephric, mesonephric and metanephric. What do you mean by that? Pronephric does not have glomerulus, does not have loop of Henle, it only contains PCT and DCT. So, pronephric kidneys, pronephric example if we talk about, then cephalochordates, they have pronephric type of excretion. Then mesonephric kidneys, in mesonephric again glomerulus is present, they have PCT and DCT, but they again do not have loop of Henle. Example, that is Pisces and amphibians. Then metanephric kidneys have loop of Henle, glomerulus, PCT and DCT, all those parts of the nephron. Then it is metanephric and highly developed kidneys which is present in RAM. RAM as in reptilia, aves and mammals. Then next if we talk about, that is respiration. Respiration can be of two types. Again it is can be aquatic and terrestrial. The organisms which are residing in the water, they have aquatic mode of respiration, and the organisms which are having the mode of living in on the land, then they have the terrestrial respiration. If we aquatic they have gills for respiration, and terrestrial they have lungs for respiration. So, there are two mode of respiration, aquatic and terrestrial. Next, if we, these are the systems we are talking about on the basis of classification. Next, mainly we talk about, then that is the germ layers. What do you mean by germ layers? During, if we talk about, if we say that during the embryology, in the embryo conditions, embryo के time पे हम बात करें, तो embryo के time पे there are three different layers which form into the embryo, which form all over the body, that is ectoderm, endoderm and mesoderm. तीन तरह की layers बनती हैं, and the organisms which are having the three layers, three different layers, they are called as triploblastic, and the organisms which have only two layers, they are called as diploblastic. So, next we talk about that is germ layers. That is triploblastic and diploblastic. The name indicates triplo means three layers and diplo means two layers. ठीक है? So, organisms having three layers like ectoderm, mesoderm in between and endoderm. These all three layers, then they are called as triploblastic, and if they have only ectoderm and endoderm, then they are called as diploblastic. Then next basis of classification will be coelom. What do you mean by coelom? Coelom क्या होती है? Coelom is the body cavity covered by mesoderm on both the sides, like this. If we consider this is an alimentary canal, then this is body wall. So, in between, the cavity between this body wall and alimentary canal is considered to be as coelom, but the main situation that it can be made lined by, it should be lined by mesoderm on both the sides. On both the sides it should be lined by mesoderm. So, the body cavity which is lined by the mesoderm on both the sides is said to be a coelom. A coelom, and the animals which bear the true coelom are called as eucoelomates. The animals having true coelom are called as coelomates or eucoelomates. Eucoelomates or true coelom can be of again two types, that is schizocoelom and anterocoelom. Schizocoelom, what do you mean by schizocoelom? Schizocoelom, which is formed by the splitting of mesoderm. As this is we are talking about in the crash course, so it is we are just briefing the topics. In the detailed class we will discuss it later. So, schizocoelom, which is made by the splitting of the mesoderm during the embryological condition in the embryo conditions, and anterocoelom, which is formed by the budding of archintron. In budding of archintron, then form the anterocoelom, and the initial phases we talk about the lower organism mainly are of schizocoelom, and the higher organisms having the anterocoelom like echinoderms and the higher organism up to the chordates, they are having the anterocoelom, and before that are then we talk about before mollusc up to mollusca they have the schizocoelomates. Then in coelomates we are talking about the eucoelomates. Next is pseudocoelomates. What are pseudocoelomates? Pseudo means false. Again, coelom means the body cavity. So, false cavity. Why it is called as false cavity? It is called as false cavity because during embryological condition, if we talk about, so firstly embryo will form, then first zygote forms the morula, then blastula, and then gastrula. Mainly then true coelom is made from after gastrula. जो ट्रू सीलोम बनती है वो गेस्ट्रुला के बाद में बनती है, बट सूडो सीलोम जो बन रही है दैट इज द ब्लास्टोसील, द कैविटी विच इज प्रेजेंट इन द ब्लास्टुला. So that's why that is called as pseudocoelom, false coelom, in which outer ectoderm, inner endoderm and mesoderm is present in the form of pouches. And the example of this pseudocoelom is Eschol helminthes. So, Eschol helminthes are pseudocoelomates which having the blastocele continuity with the coelom. That is why it is called as pseudocoelom, not the true coelom. And the organisms which do not bear any kind of coelom or the cavity which do not bears the mesoderm, lining of mesoderm, then they are called as acoelomates. So, the organisms which do not have any kind of body cavity or coelom, then they are called as acoelomates. But acoelomates, in acoelomates there are three phylum we talk about, that is Porifera, Coelenterata and Platyhelminthes. Before we already talk about that coelom, the condition for coelom that it should be lined by mesoderm on both the sides, then it is only called as coelom. Then the Porifera and Coelenterata, they bears the body cavity, इनके अंदर body cavity तो present है. Platyhelminthes does not have any kind of body cavity. And if we talk about germ layers, so they are diploblastic. Coelenterata are also diploblastic, but Platyhelminthes are triploblastic. But they are triploblastic, but do not have any they do not have mesoderm, so they do not bear the coelom. True coelom is absent in them. Again, they are diploblastic, so mesoderm is absent. But Platyhelminthes, they are having the mesoderm, but they do not have any kind of body cavity in them, so they are called as acoelomates. As they do not have any kind of body cavity in their body wall, so that's why the Platyhelminthes are mainly considered to be as acoelomates. They all are also acoelomates, though do not have any kind of coelom actually, but they have body cavity but not coelom. But Platyhelminthes do not have any kind of body cavity as well as coelom. Next, we talk about then the formation. According to the formation of mouth and anus, the organisms are of two types, like they are protostomous on the basis of development of mouth from blastopore. Again, it is a stage which comes during the embryological condition. So, protostomous means, proto means first and stomos means mouth. So, protostomous are the organism in which from blastophore first mouth will form and second anus form, and next is deuterostomous. Next is deuterostomous. Deutero, that is second. Again, stomos means mouth here. So, second mouth will form and first anus will form. So, the organisms are of two types, protostomous and deuterostomous. Protostomous, in which firstly mouth will form from the blastopore, and deuterostomous, second, in which second mouth is formed, firstly anus will form from the blastopore, right. Then the organism in we talk about higher organism, that from chordates. Mainly chordates are deuterostomous, and the lower organism, that is non-chordates, are mainly protostomous. These all we are talking about only the basis of classification on which the organisms are divided. So, next is segmentation. What do you mean by segmentation? That is the body division. If the body is completely divisible, then they are called as metameric segmentation. like an annelida. Body is completely segmented from outer region and inner region, then it is called as metameric segmentation. And next is pseudo segmentation. Again, pseudo here means false. So pseudo segmentation which is present in tapeworm. As the body segment is depend on the food availability. As the food is available, the larger will be the segments, more will be the segments actually, and if the food is less, then the lower will be the less will be the segments. So this is called as pseudo segmentation. Next we will talk about the main basis on which the organisms are divided as chordates and non-chordates actually, that is the presence of notochord. What do you mean by notochord? Notochord is the structure, actually hard or solid structure, solid rod like structure made up of mesoderm. किसका बना होता है? mesoderm का बना होता है. एक hard rod like structure है which is form of mesoderm, and in higher chordates, marking I am specially saying higher chordates, in higher chordates it forms vertebral column. इन हायर कॉर्डेट्स के अंदर क्या बनाता है? ये वर्टिबल कॉलम बनाता है. इट मीन्स इन लोअर कॉर्डेट्स इट remains as the notochord structure, and on this notochord, in the basis of notochord, their organisms are divided on the basis of notochord only, that is chordates and non-chordates. Chordates which are having the notochord and non-chordates which do not have the notochord. Like again chordates के अंदर अगर हम बात करेंगे इसका सब फाइलम वी टॉक अबाउट वर्टिब्रेट्स, तो वर्टिब्रेट अभी हम उन्हीं को कहेंगे in which the organism in which the notochord will form the vertebral column, then they are called as vertebrates. And the organisms which do not have the vertebral column are non-vertebrates, right? इसमें हम देखें अगर पोजीशन की बात करें, I am drawing the simplest diagram so that you can understand the basic of the chordates with the structures which are present mainly in the chordates. That is, firstly they are having the nerve cord which is dorsally present, then that is notochord, then this is alimentary canal, post anal tail and pharyngeal gill slits. So these are the basic structure or the main structures which should be present in the chordates. That is, first, that is the presence of nerve cord which is present dorsally, and this nerve cord forms the brain and spinal cord. Again, and notochord, if we talk about in notochord again forms the vertebral column. Again, a nerve cord is present in non-chordates also, but it is ventrally present in the non-chordates, right? Then dorsally present in the non-chordates, then notochord, and below notochord, that is alimentary canal, and this alimentary canal bears the pharyngeal gill slits, and the post anal tail should be present. एंड इफ यू टॉक अबाउट फेरेंजियल ग्लिड स्लिट्स, तो फेरेंजियल ग्लिड स्लिट्स कहाँ है? अगर ह्यूमंस में हम बात करें, वी आर कॉर्डेट्स, तो फेरेंजियल ग्लिड स्लिट्स आर मॉडिफाइड फॉर्म ऑफ ऑस्टिशियन ट्यूब विच ओपन्स इनटू द फेरिंग्स फ्रॉम द middle ear, right? So pharyngeal gill slits are also present mainly in chordates. So these are the points which are mainly present in the chordates, right? So these all are the basis of classification on which the organisms are divided. And then we are talking again and again the basis of classification and dividation. But what are the basis? What are the hierarchy in which these organisms are divided? So the hierarchy of classification, that is, firstly, kingdom. Initially we talk about that R.H. Whitaker divides the whole organisms into 5 kingdoms. So we are mainly studying the kingdom Animalia. So kingdom, then phylum, class, order, family, genus, and then species. So this is the hierarchy of classification in which we divide the organism, and mainly we are talking about the kingdom Animalia. इसमें भी किसी बच्चे को अगर याद रखने में कोई प्रॉब्लम होती है तो वी कैन टॉक दैट कीप पैट्स क्लीन और फैमिली gets sick. So if we talk like kingdom से अगर हम species तक आते हैं, so the number of organisms are decreasing, means there are large group of organisms are present in the kingdom and they are simultaneously, the number is decreasing as we reach up to the species, and as we come down also the similarity in the organisms is increasing, right? The group of organism having in the same species, they have higher number of similarities in comparison to the animals which are present in the same type of a kingdom, right? तो species के अंदर ज़्यादा similar organisms present होंगे if we talk about only the kingdom, right? Then अब we are talking about Animalia. We have already studied about the basis of classification in the kingdom Animalia. Now we talk about the phylum. कितने phylum हैं which are we are going to study about the phylums. So firstly we are studying about the number of phylums we are going to study. Porifera, Coelenterata, then Platyhelminthes, Aschelhelminthes, which is also called as Nematoda, then Annelida, Arthropoda, then Mollusca, Echinodermata, Hemichordata, and then chordata, right? So Porifera, Coelenterata, platyhelminthes, esculhelminthes, annelida, arthropoda, mollusca, echinodermata, hemichordata and chordata. ठीक है, some students also have difficulty in learning these all phylums, so to remember them we can use like Pandit के पास अमर, अकबर, एंथनी, मगर एक है चोर. ठीक है, सो यू कैन रिमेंबर दिस ऑल लाइक अ ट्रिक. पंडित के पास अमर, अकबर, एंथनी, मगर एक है चोर. That is Porifera, Coelenterata, Platyhelminthes, Esculhelminthes, Annelida, Arthropoda, Mollusca, Echinodermata, Hemichordata and Chordata. Actually we are going to study 11 phylums. 11 phylums, the middle phylum we are going to study, that is after Coelenterata. Before it is actually including in Coelenterata, but after nowadays that is a separate phylum after Coelenterata, that is Ctenophora. ठीक है, इनिशियली ये Coelenterata में ही इंक्लूड था, बट दे आर आफ्टर स्टडी दे आर हैविंग द सम डिफरेंट कैरेक्टर्स देन द Coelenterata, so that's why it is concluding into the separate phylum, that is Ctenophora. So we are going to study the 11 phylums, that is Porifera, Coelenterata, Ctenophora, Platyhelminthes, Esculhelminthes, Annelida, Arthropoda, Mollusca, Echinodermata, Hemichordata and Chordata. Okay students, then we are now going to start with the phylums. So we have started the topic, that is animal kingdom. That is kingdom Animalia, right? So in kingdom Animalia we are going to study the first phylum, that is Porifera. Right? What is Porifera? As the name indicates, नाम से समझ में आ रहा है बच्चों, Porifera. Porifera क्या है? Pori means pores and fera means bearing. So the animals which are having the pores in them, और पूरी body के ऊपर जिनके अंदर छेद present होंगे, the pore bearing animals are called as Porifera. ठीक है, दे आर मेनली एक्वाटिक ऑर्गेनिजम्स. एज वी स्टडी इवोल्यूशन, जब हम इस इवोल्यूशन की बात करते हैं बच्चों, तो द लाइफ बिगिंस फ्रॉम द वाटर. सो the organism, the initial phase of organism is starting from the aquatic organisms only. So that's why all the organisms which are belonging to the lower organisms or the lower phylums, they are mainly aquatic organisms. So they are aquatic, mainly marine. कैसे होते हैं? दे आर मेनली मराइन. सम आर फ्रेश वाटर. फ्रेश वाटर में इफ वी टॉक अबाउट, देन स्पॉन्जिला. इट इज एन important example because this is the only organism which is fresh water in Porifera, right? So their mode of living अगर हमने बात करी सबसे पहले, तो that is aquatic mode of living है इनका, जिसमें they are mainly marine and some are fresh water, and fresh water में example is spongilla. Next, अब जो हमने basis of classification पढ़े थे, remember those students. Next is, सबसे पहला हमने क्या पढ़ा था? That is level of organization. तो level of organization में if we talk about, then they have the cellular level of organization, यानी लोएस्ट ग्रुप ऑफ ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, या हम कह दें लोएस्ट ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, एज दे हैव द सेलुलर लेवल ऑफ ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, ओनली सेल्स आर प्रेजेंट, यानी द बॉडी, द ऑल द फंक्शंस इन द बॉडी आर परफॉर्म बाय द सेल्स ओनली, राइट? नेक्स्ट हमने क्या बात करी थी लेवल ऑफ ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के बारे में? इसके बाद में हमने बात करी थी दैट इज ऑफ बॉडी प्लान. तो कैसा बॉडी प्लान होगा इनका? दैट इज सेल एग्रीगेट बॉडी प्लान. Cell aggregate, again, as the body is made up of cells only, so cell or aggregate body plan. Then डाइजेस्टिव सिस्टम की बात करें तो सिस्टम जैसा इसमें कुछ नहीं है, अभी हमने बात करी कि दैट इज ओनली हैविंग द सेल्स ओनली, एंड सिस्टम इज मेनली फॉर्म बाय द ऑर्गन सिस्टम. सो दे डू नॉट हैव एनी काइंड ऑफ ऑर्गन सिस्टम, सो दैट्स व्हाई द डाइजेस्टिव सिस्टम इज नॉट कंस्टिट्यूट. एक्चुअली द body absorbs the nutrients by diffusion only. Again, respiration. Again, respiration is also by the diffusion. There do not have any kind of circulation types of system, as all the system is maintained by the diffusion only. And excretion also. Then locomotion and skeleton की हम बात करें, so they are mainly कैसे ऑर्गेनिज्म होंगे, दे आर मेनली ससाइल, they do not have move from one place to another, so they are sessile organism. And skeleton is made up of calcium carbonate and spongin fibers, and also calcium carbonate and silica also present. Actually they are containing the as the spicules, कांटे present होते हैं इनकी body पे. So these are made up of calcium carbonate, either silica or the spongin fibers. They are made up of the they have the skeleton of this. Then nervous system. Nervous system, again they do not have any kind of nervous system or sensory organs. Well developed sensory organs are absent in them. They do not have any kind of notochord, no body segmentation, कोई body segmentation इनके अंदर present नहीं होगा. Then body symmetry, then they are mainly asymmetrical. ठीक है, so they are mainly asymmetrical, that the body of organism cannot be divided into two equal halves from any plane. But leucosolenia example इसके अंदर है, which having radial symmetry. कुछ एग्जाम्पल ऐसे हैं जिनके अंदर क्या प्रेजेंट होगी, रेडियल सिमेट्री भी प्रेजेंट होगी. देन इफ वी टॉक नेक्स्ट एसिमेट्रिकल के बाद अगर हम बात करें तो कौन सा हमने लिया था, बॉडी सिमेट्री के बाद देन जर्म लेयर इफ वी टॉक अबाउट, तो दे आर डिप्लोब्लास्टिक. डिप्लोब्लास्टिक यानी दो जर्म लेयर्स इसमें प्रेजेंट होगी, खाली कौन सी, एक्टोडर्म एंड endoderm is present. They do not have mesoderm in them, so coeloms are absent. So coelom is absent as do not have mesoderm. अंडरस्टूड सी बात है कि इसमें अगर mesoderm नहीं है तो coelom तो इसके अंदर क्या होगी, absent होगी. Then reproduction की हम बात करें तो reproduction में they are कैसे organisms होंगे बच्चे. ये सबसे पहले रिप्रोडक्शन के मोड अगर हम देखें तो एसेक्सुअल एज वेल एज सेक्सुअल, बोथ द मोड ऑफ रिप्रोडक्शन इज प्रेजेंट. एसेक्सुअल मोड ऑफ रिप्रोडक्शन भी प्रेजेंट होगा और सेक्सुअल मोड ऑफ रिप्रोडक्शन भी इसमें प्रेजेंट होगा. एसेक्सुअल मोड ऑफ रिप्रोडक्शन क्या है, जिसके अंदर सिर्फ एक सिंगल ऑर्गेनिज्म प्रेजेंट हो फॉर द पर्पज ऑफ रिप्रोडक्शन, एंड sexual reproduction in which two parents are involved, that is male and female, both are present for sexual reproduction. So in this asexual reproduction, that is mode is by budding. They form the internal buds. इंटरनल बर्डिंग इसके अंदर प्रेजेंट होती है फॉर एसेक्सुअल मोड ऑफ रिप्रोडक्शन. क्या प्रेजेंट होगा इसके अंदर, गैम्यूल्स प्रेजेंट होते हैं बच्चे. They have the internal bud structure, that is gammules, for the mode of asexual mode of reproduction, and for sexual reproduction they have the structures called male and female. They form actually male and female gametes, so asexual mode of reproduction. And again, next, in asexual mode of reproduction also, they have cross fertilization. Cross fertilization as in the male gametes will from one spongilla or from one sponge will go to the next sponge. So, cross fertilization is present. And indirect development. As indirect development means they have larval stages. Indirect development की हम बात करें, what do you mean by indirect development? They have larval stages in their life cycle. Life cycle के अंदर larval stages present होती है like ASPL. What is ASPL? That is amphiblastula. Amphiblastula is the larva of cycon, and parenchyma is the larva of Leucosolenia. A trick by which you can remember this, remember tricks हैं. ASPL, that is amphiblastula. Amphiblastula, that is the larva of the cycon, and parenchyma, that is the larva of Leucosolenia. इसका स्पेशल करेक्टर की अगर हम बात करें पॉरीफेरंस के, दैट इज स्पेशल करेक्टर की अगर हम बात करते हैं, व्हाट इज द स्पेशल करेक्टर? दैट दे हैव द water canal system or water vascular system. वाटर कैनाल सिस्टम या वाटर वेस्कुलर सिस्टम इसके अंदर स्पेशल फीचर पॉरीफेरा के अंदर प्रेजेंट होता है. एज दे हैव पोर्स इन देम, द होल बॉडी इज कवर्ड बाय पोर्स. और इसके अंदर बॉडी प्लान जैसे कि हमने बात किया था, सेल एग्रीगेट होगा, सिर्फ सेल एग्रीगेट ही प्रेजेंट होगा, सेल्स प्रेजेंट होंगे. तो इसके अंदर अगर हम देखें तो इस तरह की बॉडी वॉल है बच्चे. The outer layer, which is ectoderm, is also called as pinacoderm, as they have pinocytes, cells present होते हैं इसके अंदर, pinacoderm बोल दी जाती है. And internal layer is endoderm, और बीच में एक जेली जैसा सब्सटेंस प्रेजेंट होता है, that is mesoglea. But it is not the third layer, it is not considered to be a third layer. That's why poriferans are diploblastic, and these are pores which are for water only. और ये pores जो present हैं, these are called as ostia. इन pores को क्या कहा जाता है? ostia कहा जाता है. And the center cavity is called as spongiocele. The center cavity is a spongiocele, and the single pore from which the water come outside, that is osculum. So, water enter through ostia, come into spongiocele and exit out from the osculum. This is the simplest type of water canal system which is present in the poriferans. Next we will talk about some example of the porifera phylum, that are कौन कौन से एग्जाम्पल्स हो जाएंगे बच्चे? ऑलरेडी हम बात कर चुके हैं. दैट इज स्पॉन्जिला, दैट इज अ फ्रेश वाटर स्पॉन्ज. नेक्स्ट इज यूस्पॉन्जिया, which is also called as bath sponge, as the skeleton is made up of spongin fiber, so it is very soft, used for the bath purpose. That's why it is called as bath sponge. Then Cleona, it is boring sponge, very harmful for the pearl industry as it creates the pores in the shell of the molluscans. That is why it is very harmful for the pearl industry. Cleona, that is boring sponge. Other example we already talk about, that is Cycon, Leucosolenia. So, these are the some examples of the phylum Porifera. So, this completes the phylum Porifera. Next we talk about, the next phylum will be Coelenterata.